Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Subcommittee formed.
The activities of the committee must be and regularly shared with the public to build confidence in the process.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Cabinet has approved the appointment of a National Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Subcommittee to tackle an issue which has been described as a national problem. The committee comprises public and private sector personnel. The need for Grenada to work towards eradicating the problem was highlighted to the public on Tuesday during the government's weekly post-cabinet briefing by Social Development Minister Delma Thomas. She says the committee is working feverishly to implement its work plan and has made several recommendations on the way forward for Grenada.
The life of the substantive committee should be extended to March 31st, 2018 to enable the full implementation of the work plan developed by the subcommittee and to fully realize the terms of reference and to develop the substantive committee.
Although the committee's work plan will not be implemented before 2018, Minister Thomas said the public will not be left uninformed until then. Month-to-month updates will be given.
There need to be consultation, and although we say that it's going to take us a couple of months, it doesn't mean that, because we will be reporting to you on a monthly basis. So at the end of September, we'll come back to the media to say, this is where we at. This is what we have done. You speak of motorcade. On the 15th of this month, which is next week Friday, the ministry will be holding a man march against sexual abuse. So it means that we are doing things. It will take us all the time to get everything in place, but it doesn't stop there. So every month you will hear that is happening. We will have consultation, which you will know about when it comes to consultation on the sex offenders registry. So different things, but we believe at the end of those amount of months, we will have a whole conclusion as it relates to everything that we can do to help alleviate the whole issue of child sexual abuse. But it's not a case where we have to wait until then to see things happening. You will be seeing things happening on a month-by-month basis.
Member of the subcommittee, Lady Anande Trotman Joseph, in defending the period of implementation, explained that due to the extent and sensitivity of the work ahead, it cannot be expedited.
So yes, there's going to be some talk shopping going on, but on the other hand, we had to allow time because we have said this is an historical problem. It is a social problem. It is a socio-economic problem. It is a children's problem. It is an adult problem. There's a problem of sociology, a problem of pedophilia. There are so many aspects to this discussion.
Adequate training of staff to encourage trust and confidentiality and public education and awareness. These are two of the major initiatives that will be undertaken as part of plans to stamp out child sexual abuse. Ms. Yvonne Dabrio, Director of the Child Protection Authority, says there is no time left for talk, simply action.
We are in the process of developing two projects. One will focus on parenting, preventing child abuse through positive parenting. And the other has to do with being advocates against child abuse.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then said the story here, babe. Crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Grenada's 2017 performance in the Citizen by Investment program is way ahead of its 2016 performance. Committee Chairman Ms. Keisha Ince says they have recorded a spike in applications so far this year that surpasses the total number of applications for 2016. The committee now meets every week to dispatch applications as quickly as possible, whereas in the past it met once per month.
We would have received already to date approximately 250 applications, whereas for the entire year 2016 we would have received 178 applications. So we are way ahead in terms of performance over last year. In terms of revenue, what we're looking at currently to date for 2017, we are in the region of about $32 million so far. And the year's still, we still have a few months to go.
The CBI committee reviews all applications received for citizenship. A CBI office has been set up for administration purposes and has no authority to approve applications, which can only be done by the committee. The program has been complemented by the IMF as being the gold standard for transparency and a strong legislative framework. And finally, Grenada Citizen by Investment program continues to provide a link to many sectors of the economy that trickles down in various areas. The program has two sides: the contribution to the National Transformation Fund and the approved projects, about 23 which have been approved by the committee and sanctioned by government.
We have at least 23 projects that have been approved by the committee and of course sanctioned by government. Those projects are not just in the hotel sector, but we have in agriculture. We have at least 2 projects in agriculture, one that specifically deals with the soursop and doing value added to soursop. This is huge. We know that Grenada has access to one of the markets in the world, the US, and we have not fully exploited that. What the CBI program is doing is providing investment, providing funding to allow that developer to develop his company, his business, using soft funding, so that we can exploit opportunities not just on the US market, but also here on the Grenadian market. The CBI program, it provides the construction jobs during construction for those people that are involved in that project. After a hotel is built, let's suppose it's a hotel, you provide the direct employment in terms of staffing and manning that hotel, and then you provide the linkages throughout the entire economy, because small businesses would have to provide services. The agriculture sector would be linked because you have to provide food, etc., for the guests and for the staff that come into the economy. What we're also pleased about from a CBI perspective is that we have developed, again, by directive, by cabinet, a list of criteria that is going to be used to monitor those approved projects, because we are taking that process seriously.
CBI committee member Ruel Edwards. And that's the National Report. I am Rikisha St. Louis.